Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, let's talk about what's been buzzing around the NFL lately. Specifically, some serious offseason rumors that could shake up the NFC South and give the Falcons a real boost heading into 2024. As always, the offseason is where dreams are born and franchises try to reshape their futures, and this time, it's no different. The buzz is all about a potential blockbuster trade involving Dalton Kincaid, the rising star tight end from the Buffalo Bills, and it's got everyone talking, especially here in Atlanta. Sources close to Diana Rossini suggest that the Falcons are in serious talks with Buffalo to acquire Kincaid, and the trade rumor is gaining serious traction. The Bills, after finishing 9-8 last season, are reportedly in a bit of a rebuild mode, and with cap space being tight, around $20 million over the limit. They're looking to shake things up to clear room for future moves. One of those moves, according to insiders, could be trading Kincaid, a young tight end with a ton of potential, for a first-round pick in 2027 plus a second-rounder. If true, this would be a game-changer for the Falcons, who have been searching for that dynamic playmaker at tight end to elevate their red zone efficiency and overall offensive explosiveness. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this really happening? Well, the rumors are still not officially confirmed, and the NFL offseason is notorious for its rumor mill spinning at full speed. But the signs are pointing toward a close deal, and insiders close to the situation say that a deal might be imminent. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this one feels like a potential coup for Atlanta, especially considering how Kincaid's skill set could fit perfectly into Arthur Smith's offensive scheme. Kincaid, only 26 years old, is an absolute mismatch creator. Let's break down what he brings to the table. Over his career, he's amassed over 500 receiving yards, specifically 512 yards with an average of 71. 8 yards per game, and he's found the end zone 18 times. His PFF grade is a solid 92, which puts him among the top tight ends in the league. What makes him particularly dangerous is his yards after catch, averaging 8 yards per route run, and his contested catch rate of 62%, which shows he's reliable when it matters most. In 2025, he's projected to put up around 850 yards and 9 touchdowns, which would be a huge upgrade for the Falcons' red zone attack. Here's why this makes so much sense for Atlanta. Currently, the Falcons are sitting at a 7-10 record last season, and their red zone efficiency hovered around 55%. Adding Kincaid could instantly boost those numbers. His projected catch percentage in tight areas is plus 25%, which would mean more scoring opportunities and easier red zone conversions. Not to mention, his ability to create mismatches in coverage could open up the field for John Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts, elevating the entire offense. It's worth noting that Buffalo's cap situation plays a part in this. With about $20 million over the cap, the Bills are looking for ways to free up money for extensions and roster rebuilds. Trading Kincaid would free up approximately $7 million in cap space, which could be used to extend Josh Allen or bolster their defensive line. It's a move that makes sense for Buffalo from a financial and strategic perspective, especially if they're shifting toward a youth movement and building around their quarterback. From Atlanta's perspective, bringing in Kincaid is an absolute win. The Falcons need that reliable, mismatch-inducing tight end to take pressure off Desmond Ridder and make the offense more explosive in crucial moments. Kincaid's ability to catch over defenders with a 62% contested catch rate and his impressive YAC, yards after catch, of 412 yards in 2025 could turn the Falcons' red zone offense into one of the best in the league. His yards per route run of 1.8, which surpasses London's 1.5, shows how effective he is when targeted. And with a projected catch rate increase of plus 18% in the red zone, Kincaid could be the X factor that pushes Atlanta's offense into the top 10. Now, let's compare this potential move to other similar trades in NFL history. Imagine a scenario like the Chiefs trading Travis Kelce. Though Kelce is a generational talent, the idea of acquiring a young, ascending tight end like Kincaid echoes that kind of strategic move. It's about investing in youth and potential to build a future-proof offense. For the Falcons, who are still in the process of developing their identity, this kind of move could be the catalyst for a sustained offensive renaissance. Looking ahead, if the Falcons land Kincaid, their odds of making a deep playoff run increase significantly. The betting odds currently place Atlanta at plus 3-0 to win Super Bowl LXI, but with Kincaid, those odds could improve to around plus 1-800, especially considering his impact as a red zone weapon and a mismatch nightmare. His addition could be the difference maker in tight games, similar to how players like Laporta boosted the Lions' offense last season, adding over 150 yards in total yards in just one season. It's about upgrading the offense to be more efficient, more explosive, and more unpredictable. In terms of the bigger picture, the Falcons' offensive scheme would benefit immensely from having a tight end like Kincaid. His ability to create yardage after the catch and convert contested catches would open up the field for Desmond Ridder, giving him a reliable target in critical situations. Plus, his presence might also open up more opportunities for Drake London, who could see improved stats with an added layer of complexity for defenses to handle. Of course, this kind of move isn't just about the immediate impact, it's about setting a tone for the franchise. The Falcons are clearly trying to push towards a competitive window, and acquiring a player like Kincaid signals their intent to compete at a high level. The move would also serve as a statement to the rest of the NFC South. Atlanta is serious about contending and building an offense that can hang with the best. And let's not forget the history here. The Falcons have always been about explosive plays, and with Arthur Smith's scheme, adding a mismatch creator like Kincaid would fit perfectly. His ability to line up in various spots, catch in traffic, and break tackles could turn the Falcons' offense into one of the most dynamic in the league. It's reminiscent of the Patriots' approach with Gronk, using tight ends as primary red zone targets and mismatches all over the field. Now, of course, skeptics will raise questions about the cost. Trading multiple picks for a tight end still early in his career might seem risky. But in today's NFL, investing in youth and talent often pays off big time, especially when it comes to offensive playmakers. For the Bills, it's a transition move, a chance to reset and build around their young quarterback, Josh Allen, with a focus on the future. For Atlanta, it's about seizing the moment, solidifying their offense, and making a bold statement that they're here to compete. As fans, we should be excited about the possibilities. A move like this could shift the power dynamics within the NFC South, giving the Falcons a real edge over rivals like the Saints or Panthers. It would send a clear message. Atlanta is ready to take the next step, to challenge for division titles and playoff success. The NFL offseason is all about these strategic moves, and if this rumor turns into reality, it could be one of the most impactful trades of the year. Now, let's dive deeper into the Falcons' recent history and their path forward. Atlanta has a storied franchise dating back to 1966, with a number of iconic moments, including their Super Bowl LI appearance in 2016, where they famously led the Patriots before losing in overtime. Since then, the team has been in a bit of a rebuilding phase, trying to find stability at quarterback and develop a roster capable of contending again. Their offensive identity has typically revolved around explosive plays. Think of the days when Julio Jones was a Falcon, stretching defenses with his elite speed and contested catch ability. Fast forward to today, and the Falcons are building around Desmond Ridder, who showed flashes of promise in limited action last season. The organization has invested in a strong offensive line, and with the addition of key skill players like B. John Robinson, drafted in 2023, Atlanta is looking to create a potent, balanced attack. Robinson, the former Texas superstar, has already established himself as one of the most dynamic running backs in the league, with a rookie season that saw him rush for over 200 yards and score 11 touchdowns. His explosive speed and elusiveness make him a perfect complement to any receiving threat. Meanwhile, Drake London, the Falcons' young wide receiver, has shown solid promise, catching 72 passes for 866 yards in his rookie season, and demonstrating an ability to make contested catches and gain yards after the catch. Kyle Pitts, the former top 5 pick, has yet to fully realize his potential, but with a more dynamic offense and a true mismatch at tight end like Kincaid, the Falcons could unlock his elite athleticism and route running skills. The NFC South has historically been a competitive division, with the Saints, Panthers, and Buccaneers all vying for supremacy at different points. The Saints, led by their veteran quarterback Derek Carr, have a solid defense and a balanced attack, while the Panthers are in a rebuilding phase after trading for the first overall pick in 2023, aiming to develop their young quarterback, Bryce Young. The Buccaneers, with Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask at quarterback, are also trying to find their footing after Tom Brady's departure. In this context, the Falcons' potential acquisition of Kincaid could serve as a significant edge. A tight end of his caliber could be the missing piece that elevates Atlanta above the rest of the division, especially if their defense continues to improve under new coordinator Ryan Nielsen. Last season, the Falcons' defense ranked 15th in yards allowed, but struggled in red zone defense, allowing opponents to convert 65% of their red zone opportunities. Improving red zone efficiency on offense with a potent weapon like Kincaid could help the Falcons control more of the game and close out tight contests. Looking ahead, the Falcons have a relatively favorable schedule in 2024, with matchups against divisional rivals and some key interconference games. Their success will depend on how well their offense can gel, how their defense evolves, and whether they can stay healthy, particularly at key positions like quarterback, receiver, and offensive line. A weapon like Kincaid would give them a significant advantage in creating mismatches and sustaining drives. The NFL's current landscape is also trending toward high-powered offenses that can put up points in bunches. Teams like the Chiefs, Bills, and Bengals have demonstrated how a dynamic tight end can be a quarterback's best friend, especially in third down and red zone situations. Bringing that model to Atlanta could be the move that transforms their offense into one of the league's most feared. Additionally, the Falcons' front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive in pursuing talented players, evidenced by their recent draft picks and free agent signings. The coaching staff under Arthur Smith emphasizes a balanced attack and strong running game, but adding a playmaking tight end like Kincaid would introduce a new dimension, one that defenses must respect and plan around. On the defensive side, Atlanta has also been making strides, particularly in their pass rush. Players like Calais Campbell, Grady Jarrett, and rookie pass rusher Arnold Ebachty have been key contributors. If they can continue to develop and stay healthy, the Falcons' defense could become a top-tier unit, giving the team a well-rounded chance at postseason success. In conclusion, the potential trade for Dalton Kincaid marks a pivotal moment for the Falcons. It's a strategic move that aligns with their goal of becoming a perennial playoff team and contending for Super Bowl glory. The combination of their young core, Robinson, London, Pitts, and now Kincaid, could form one of the most exciting offensive groups in the league, capable of challenging defenses across the NFL. So, Falcons fans, stay hyped. The offseason has just begun and the possibilities are endless. Whether or not this trade happens, one thing is clear. Atlanta is serious about building a team that can compete at the highest level. The future looks bright, and with the right moves, the Falcons could be on the cusp of a new era, one filled with explosive plays, memorable moments, and hopefully, a return to the Super Bowl stage. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think acquiring Dalton Kincaid would be the game changer we're hoping for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Do you believe this is the move that elevates our offense to elite status? Or are you skeptical about giving up draft capital for a young tight end? Whatever you think, let's get the conversation going. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and analysis, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this journey together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our team. Let's go Falcons! Character count estimate after expansion, 52 characters.